Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a millionaire or a billionaire? If so, you're not alone. Many people dream of living a lavish lifestyle where money is no object. In this video, we will delve into the lives of the ultra-rich and explore how their wealth affects their daily lives, their relationships, and their overall perspective on the world. The top 1% of earners, who earn around $200,000 a year or more, are considered to be in this level of wealth. However, being in the top 1% doesn't necessarily mean you are wealthy. While you may be able to afford a comfortable lifestyle, you are likely still working a full-time job and feeling financially insecure. The next level of wealth is measured in net worth, which is the total value of your assets minus any debts. To be considered rich at this level, you need a net worth of $10 to $30 million. At this level, you can live very comfortably and have access to luxurious experiences, such as flying first class internationally and staying in a $2,000 per night suite. However, you still need to be careful with your finances and make sensible decisions. Moving up to a net worth of $30 to $100 million, you're now playing in the big leagues. You probably run or have a controlling interest in a large company and have multiple residences around the world. You can afford to stay in 5-star hotels and attend events like the Monaco Grand Prix or the Cannes Film Festival without batting an eyelid. You're likely surrounded by other ultra-wealthy people and start to feel like you don't have enough. At a net worth of $100 million to $1 billion, you're among the super rich. You likely have ownership or control of a business that's well known to the public. You can socialize with movie stars, rock stars, and the corporate elite. You can pretty much go anywhere you want and always travel in style. You may even have your own private island or yacht. But what about those who have a net worth of over $1 billion? They are the ultra-rich, the elite of the elite. They can afford to buy anything and everything they desire. They can have any experience they can dream up. They have access to the best of everything, from private jets to luxury homes to personal chefs. However, it's not just the material possessions that set them apart. It's their perspective on the world. They see things differently than the rest of us. For example, to a billionaire, spending $10 million on a piece of art may feel like spending $100 to you and me. And while we may struggle to make ends meet and worry about paying the bills, the ultra-rich worry about their legacy and making a lasting impact on the world. That's not to say that the ultra-rich don't have their own set of problems. They may struggle to find true love and meaningful relationships. They may worry about their safety and security, and they may even face public scrutiny and criticism. The ultra-rich lead secret lives that are vastly different from the rest of us. Their wealth affords them access to experiences and possessions that most of us can only dream of. However, their perspective on the world is also vastly different, and they face their own set of challenges and problems. While we may envy their lifestyle, it's important to remember that money can't buy happiness or solve all of life's problems. Philanthropy is the level where the ultra-rich start to make a significant impact in the world through their charitable giving. Some of the biggest philanthropic endeavors, such as Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, are run by billionaires who are passionate about giving back to society and creating positive change. However, it's worth noting that not all billionaires are equally philanthropic, and some may choose to use their wealth for more personal pursuits. Finally, we come to the highest level of wealth, with a net worth of over $1 billion. This is the level of the mega billionaires, such as Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg. At this level, wealth becomes almost incomprehensible to the average person, and the things that billionaires can do with their money are truly mind-boggling. For example, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin is working to send people to space as a tourist activity, while Elon Musk's SpaceX is working on colonizing Mars. But it's not just about space exploration and high-tech ventures. At this level of wealth, billionaires can also use their money to influence politics and shape society. For example, billionaire philanthropist George Soros has been a major player in supporting progressive causes and political campaigns around the world. Of course, with great wealth comes great responsibility, and billionaires are often criticized for not doing enough to use their resources to help those in need. The debate around wealth inequality and the concentration of wealth in the hands of a few individuals is a complex and ongoing one that we won't attempt to resolve here. However, it's clear that the lives of the ultra-rich are vastly different from those of the rest of us, and the things they can do with their money are both awe-inspiring and concerning. So what can we learn from all of this? Well, for one thing, it's important to remember that wealth is relative. What feels like a huge amount of money to one person may be pocket change to someone else. It's also worth considering the impact that extreme wealth can have on society, and how we can ensure that the benefits of economic growth are shared more equitably. But perhaps most importantly, we can learn that money, while important, is not the be-all and end-all of life. At every level of wealth, there are still challenges to be faced and goals to be pursued. Whether you're a millionaire or a billionaire, there are always new experiences to be had and new ways to make a difference in the world. So, while we may not all be able to live the life of the ultra-rich, we can all strive to find meaning and purpose in our own lives, no matter what our financial situation may be. In conclusion, the levels of wealth are a fascinating subject to explore, and the lives of the ultra-rich are both captivating and, at times, unsettling. As we continue to navigate a rapidly changing world, it's important to keep these issues in mind and to strive for a more equitable and just society. If you suddenly became a billionaire, how do you think your perspective on the world and your priorities would change? Another story down, so many more to go. See you next time on Storytelling Gods.